Hello students and welcome to this video. In this video we are going to see Maharashtra State Board's Standard 10th Science 1 chapter wise weightage and question paper pattern for you. Myself Kavita Kobane is going to present this for you. Paper pattern, it is necessary for us to do our planning for our examination, and chapter wise weightage also help us in just deciding which chapter has to be preferred and which has to be taken more efforts on that. For that this is very important for us. Now we will see the chapter wise weightages here. Here the chapter's name and the marks, original marks and the option marks are given. Here first chapter is gravitation compulsory, 3 marks question will be asked, with option it is total 5. Periodic classification of elements, 4 marks compulsory questions will come and 6 with option. Chemical reaction and equation, 4 compulsory, 6 with option. Effects of electric current, 5 compulsory and 7 with option. Heat, 3 compulsory and 5 with option. Next is refraction of light, 5 compulsory and 7 with option. Next, 7th lesson, lenses, 4 marks compulsory questions will be asked and 6 with option. Next, metallurgy, 4 compulsory, 6 with option. 9, carbon compounds, 5 compulsory questions and 7 marks with options. 10, space mission, 3 marks compulsory questions and 5 with option. So total compulsory is 40 and with option the paper is of 60 marks. Part 1 consists of your chemistry and physics. Now we will see the paper pattern for this section 1. This section consists of total question 4. 1, it is having 2 subparts. B, question number 2, it is also having 2 subparts. Then question number 3 and question number 4. Like this the pattern will be there for your section 1, which include your physics and chemistry. Your chapters are divided into physics and chemistry. Now we will see how the rough it is divided into chemistry and physics. Question number 1A, 5 questions of 5 marks, that will be MCQ type or questions and it will be asked from the textbook. 1B, 5 questions, 1 marks each, 5 marks it is. Question number 2A, it is of scientific reason and in that 3 questions will be there, 1 from physics, 1 from chemistry. Then question number B, 5 questions, 2 marks each, you have to attempt any 3. Then question number 8 questions will be there, you have to attempt any 5, 3 marks each, so 15 marks it is. Then question number 4, again 2 questions will be asked to you, you have to attempt any 1 and that is of 5 marks. So from question number 2 to question number 4 you have many options in that. Here these questions are mostly opinion based and thought provoking questions it is. So here you can just give your own opinion also, but it should have some scientific background, then only it is accepted. Thought provoking means you are made to think it in a scientific way and you have to think the answers in a scientific language and with a proper scientific attitude it is. So it includes your critical and logical thinking while writing the answers. Before we discuss the question paper pattern in a detailed one, first of all we will just see how the instructions are given on the question paper and what it means. First instruction is all question must be attempted. Yes, you have to attempt all the 4 questions. Second one, wherever necessary scientifically correct diagrams and correct labeling should be drawn. If you don't know the answers correctly but you know the diagram, if it is related with that, you can draw it over there, but it should be properly labeled. Then start every main question on a new page. Though you are writing in your school papers on the same page, but when you are writing for the board exams, you have to start up on a new page. If you have written only one single line on that page, then also you have to leave that page and you have to start on new page. Question number 4, instruction number 4 is numbers to the right indicate marks. On the question paper on the right side the marks are given, so that is your questions weightage it is. For question number 5, instruction 5, for question number 1A MCQ, marks will be given only for first attempt. From last year it was being made strict that you have to attempt only one time only. You can't do the scribbling and overwriting and cutting and writing on all these things. This is done for you because in future you are going to give the competitive exams. During that time, sometimes the negative marking is also there in that. So you should be perfect. You should know how to do the perfect answering. You should know how to do the proper logical thinking and all this, and you should be perfect in that. So for that purpose, this type of the instruction is given to you. Now sixth one is how to write down this MCQ's answer. So when you are writing the answer, you have to give the question number. Here it is given, example number 1A, like that. So that question number and the option number A, B, C, D, whatever it is, that you have to write down. It is not expected to write the full sentence or a word or a statement if it is given in the MCQ type. Only the option number, it should be correct. You can't scribble it. If you are having doubt, we write with the pencil, but in last you have to make it with the your ball pen. If it remains with the pencil, sometimes it will be cancelled and you will not get marks for it also. It depends on the totally examiners. Now we will see the question paper pattern in detail, how which type of sub questions can be asked in that. Question number 1A, it consists of 5 questions, 1 marks each. In that, only textbook questions will be asked. Previously from your journal, the questions can be asked to you, or from the project work which you used to do, from that the questions may come. But now it is compulsorily these questions will be from textbook only. Question number 2, 1B. It consists of different subtypes here. First one, odd man out. In that you have to do the critical thinking and you have to find out the perfect odd one. You have next one, correlate. It will be based on your scientific concept only. So that if you have understood properly, you can do the correct correlation and you can write the answers. Match the columns. Here one column is having one or two more options. You have to think logically and you have to reach up to the correct answer. True and false. Here it is not expected to write down the full sentence, only true or false. If you will write, then also it is correct. Here also don't do the scribbling. Next one is give names or molecular formula. Here the figure can be given to you, you have to write down the name of it, or it can be given a flow chart, you have to refill the blanks over there. From the chemistry, molecular formula, with that proper notation and number you have to write down. Next question is question number 2A, that is give scientific reason. 2 marks each. Total 3 questions will be asked. You have to attempt any 2 out of it. One is from chemistry and one is from physics it is. And the third one, it can be of chemistry or it can be of physics, anyone. Here you have to write down the proper scientific answer with scientific words, and it should have a scientific base. Anything or any guess you will not write. So from question number 2 only, 2 onwards the options started and you have a great scope. Okay, so it is a good luck for you all. Now the question number 2B, it consists of 5 questions, 2 marks each. Here also you have an option, you have to attempt any 3. So total 6 marks you will get for it. Now what subtypes will come? Solve numerical problems, that will be from the textbook only. Numbers, they can change, means the value they can change. Then B, you have to write down the laws, or you have to define something, you have to write down the principles. So this you have to write it with the proper example. Short note, whatever the concept you have learned, on the basis of that only the short note you have to write down. Or if figure can be given to you, on the basis of that you have to write down a short note. Then D, chemical reaction with equations. So question can be given to name the chemical reaction, or it can be given an unbalanced or incomplete chemical reaction. You have to complete it, and also you have to identify the type of chemical reaction it is showing. Next comes complete the flow chart. Flow chart can be given with empty blanks. So it is of 2 marks, so 4 blanks can be given to you, or it can be 2 blanks only. You have to fill it with proper options. Next one, give difference between. It is of 2 marks, so it is expected 4 points you have to write down in that. This point should be totally independent, it not 1 point only you will write and correlate all the other 3 points with that only. Then next is G, that is write properties, characteristics, uses, advantages or effects. So here it is expected to you have to write down at least 4 statements of it. that properties for, characteristics for, uses for, advantages, or if effects they have asked. So that 4 you have to write down. Next one is give examples. So this is necessary. You have to write down at least 4 examples based on that concept, whatever is asked in that. Here you students are free to give examples from their daily life, but it should have a scientific background to it. Then only you can give the answers. Next, here question number 3. In that 8 questions will be asked, 3 marks each. Out of this you have to attempt any 5. Again 4 from chemistry and 4 from physics. Now we will see the subtypes can be asked in question number 3. Here attempt any 5 out of 8. First one, give explanation using given statement. So statement will be given to you. You have to explain it in a scientific way, including the scientific concept. Second one is suggest remedies or the measures. This question, the student have a question based on general problem or effect related to daily life. Sixth one is explanation of diagram. So diagram can be given to you. It can be labeled or it can be not labeled one. You have to label it and you have to explain it. D1, complete the flow chart or the table. Incomplete one can be given to you. Here it is of 3 marks, so 6 column. Here the columns can be more also in this. So you have to complete it with proper words. E, explain with the help of example. This you have to, any of the chemical reaction or any process can be asked to you. You have to explain it with the help of examples. So here also you are free to choose the example from your daily life, but it should be scientific. F, that is the numerical problems. Here the difficulty level will be little bit high as compared to the question number 2. In that also the numerical problems are there, but here the difficulty level will be little bit more. Then complete the diagram. Again the suppose a food chain is not there in this section, but if any of the green energy or something, from that the question can arise. So complete that diagram. Next one, answer the following question based on figures. So any of the process can be given to you. You have to go through it properly and you have to answer it on the basis of that figure. So related to that only it can be asked, or some concept related to that figure you have understood, that can be asked. Next one is write answers with explanation. So here you have to explain it with the scientific knowledge. Then write laws, theories and explain. So here also the laws, theories with the perfect words, or the meaning should be conveyed properly from these laws, whichever is given in your textbook, with a proper example. Then complete the paragraph. In that 6 fill in the blanks can be given to you. All the 6 fill in the blanks you have to put the proper word which is suitable to that statement. Related words may not be sometimes accepted also if it is not suitable to that sentence. Last question number 4 is of highest weightage. In that 2 questions will be asked. You have to attempt any one, that is of 5 marks. There are also types of question can be asked to you. The first type in that can be asked to you is draw a diagram, figure and give explanation. So you have to draw it appropriate diagram and you have to give the labeling. Proper labeling also carries the marks. On right hand side you have to do it. Diagram should be done with a pencil. Next question number 2 in this type can be asked you is you can be given an incorrect diagram and you have to correct it. In this the flow chart based on the thermal power plants of green energy, it can be given wrong and you have to correct it and you have to explain it in a detailed way, or a metallurgy chapter can be included in this. Next type can be asked is classify with detailed explanation. Maybe some examples can be given to you. You have to classify them into different groups and you have to explain that different groups with proper statement and scientific terms including in that. Next type in this is read the paragraph and answer. A paragraph will be given to you, some information will be provided in that, and on the basis of reading that you have to write down the answers. In your previous knowledge also related to that, if you know any of the concept from that paragraph, that can also be asked as a question. So you have to recollect what the concept is explained in the paragraph, and on the basis of that you have to answer it with the scientific knowledge. Next type is complete the incomplete table chart and you have to give the explanation. Here also the difficulty level will be little high. Here only two or three boxes or the blank places will not be there, or columns may be there, two three columns will be there and they will be incomplete. You have to complete it and you have to give the explanation according to that. Next type in that is answer in detail. It can be a activity based question or you have to prove any property or a law. This question, if it is asked, it is expected to draw the diagram. In that time, diagram is included. Suppose towards green energy chapter, from that the question can be asked. So little bit of diagram you have to draw in that. Next type included in this is make a concept diagram based on any component or a concept or a technology. So you have to draw a concept diagram, you have to explain it and you have to write the details of all the technologies or the types or whatever the varieties or kinds it is there. So according to that you have to write down. That's all is in question number 4 for 5 marks it is. Like this, we have saw the question paper pattern for science 1 in detail, the subtypes which can be asked in all the questions, lots of choices there, it is there, and lot of freedom to express your opinions in this question paper. Now you got a clear idea about your syllabus and your paper pattern. Now you can do a proper good management of your time and your chapters, which chapter has to be covered first and which to be later, and that will help you out in scoring greater marks in your board exams. Hope you must have liked this video. Thank you for watching this. Stay safe. Goodbye and best of luck for your board exams. Bye.